What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today playing some more Idle Heroes. Today we are back on the free-to-play account. I know, it's crazy. A back-to-back free-to-play account upload? Insane. How is that even possible? Well, we just got stuff to do. Okay, so, in betwixt yesterday and the day of today, what I've done is a little bit of background fusions. I didn't want to do it again back-to-back in two videos where I go through and slog through the horrendous bag space issues that do be plaguing the free-to-play players. I dropped another 2,000 just to get myself to 240 space to make things a little easier, but because of the fusions that we have done, we are, I believe, are we fully done with the 5 stars now? One more 5-star and that's finished. 49 of them bad boys in just a couple of days is insane, but that's what we did, right? We'll do a little bit more 6-star today. I believe we'll have to do, well, only got to do one, really. Yeah, whatever. We'll get this eventually. It's not going to be like something we struggle with. And then we'll make a couple of 9 stars as well, because we're going to build 2 more 10-star foods. That do be the plan. Where at? Fortress. If we get lucky, this will be very easy to do, and we'll just snag out a sigmund out of a chest or whatever, and we'll be good. And if we don't, we'll have to snag some Shia copies and do it that way. Also not a huge deal. And then we have Abyss. Abyss, we snagged our Margaret the other day, which I was so ecstatic to see Margaret pop out of that little shard. I was like, yay, because we need her. But we are set in every area. Over here, we've got just an absolutely tremendous amount of 5-star food just chilling. I mean, that's what, 8, 16, 24, 28 5-star heroes just chillaxing, just waiting to be a thing. But on top of that, we've also got 2 6-star puppets, which we're gonna go ahead and snag out. That's going to save us a little bit of food anyhow. We only got to make 1 more 6-star here. That's easy to do, no biggie. In the Abyss, we have none 6-stars. So, ooh, that's going to be tight, but that's okay. That's why we have these right here. 3 of these suckers. I guess we can go ahead and just open those as well. Grab ourselves 3 Abyss 6-star puppets. That's going to get ourselves up to what we need to make all the heroes. Eeny, meeny, miny, where are you at? There you are. Yoink. But butt cheeks. What we've got now is an issue in Fortress. Not a big issue. We're just essentially, we're 1 copy short of a sigmund to take a sigmund to 10-star and feed him off. If we don't get that, it's not a huge deal. I've got 2 Shia copies here. I've got 1 in the bag. All I need is 2 more Shias, and I can pull those out of those Transcendence chests, and it's not a problem. But we do have 2 heroes here that have a chance at being sigmund. This one has a low chance, a 2.25%. And this one has also a low chance, but slightly higher at 9%. So we're going to pull both of these, see if we get lucky. If we don't, no big. We have a backup plan. Let's get to it. We got a Demon Hunter. Not what we wanted at all. Not even the right faction, but that's okay. The odds were slim on that one. That was a gamble of very long odds. What about this one, though? That's what I'm freaking talking about, baby! We're cooking now. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day. When that's how it just kicks off, it's like, hey, what's up? Here's that sigmund. Like, you're still a sigmund copy short, you boob. No, I'm not. Yoink. We're perfect. Okay, so everything is coming together swimmingly. Let's go ahead, get our 6-star made up here in the Fortress. Eeny, meeny, miny, where are you at, Christian? You. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's Christian, but it's going to be Christian, okay? Welcome to becoming a 6-star, and then welcome to becoming a 10-star that will eventually become a food. A long journey, but it's a good journey. Okay, so all of these just straight up fodder heroes. Exactly what you want to see. Do I still have some puppet chests? Yes, but they're not going anywhere. I've got them. They're good. Love that. 9-star, the Dark. We are done with the guild settlement now, so that's not a big deal. Let's go ahead. Upgrade the old Sig monster to a 10-piece. And now I do have to grab out, I did forget, to grab out this one here. We'll just make it an Abyss, because you're going to be an Abyss hero anyway. Welcome to the team. Actually, you're not really welcome to the team yet. Now you're welcome to the team. And now we are going to go ahead and do the exact same thing that we just did. Again. Margaret, welcome to being a 10-star. You are all straight up food copies, exactly what you want to see. The 3 puppets, and of course the Abyss. Bam. 10-star, beautiful. Everything is going swimmingly, and now it is time to take our Garuda monster to max. Max. We've got plenty of Stellar. We got like 4 million or so, I believe. We have about enough to do a full V4 imprint, even though we're already pretty much there. We just got to do these 3 nodes, essentially, which is no big deal. Let's pop that Margaret in there. Go ahead and activate this. This is gonna be pretty nice, obviously, upgrade for. Every upgrade's good. extra HP when people die, but the big thing here is the 3 layers of Feather Blade other than 2, so when people die, she now gets an extra layer of damage, which is really nice. That adds up very quickly, especially when your team dies immediately. That's a lot of extra feathers. So let's go ahead and get that yoinked up there. Beautiful. And now we got all these. Let's quick stat check. Quick stack check. 20,415,000. Good to know, good to know. And now let's go poop, pop, 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 pop. 800,000, no big. Over here, boop, pop, 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 pop. 900,000, no big. This one, boop, pop, pop, pop. Another 800,000, no big. We have 1.7 million stellar left over. Beautiful. All right, now this is obviously a big upgrade as well. Her attack goes up, I think, 480% to 720% with her active skill. That's a pretty substantial boost. But her feather blades also go up from, I think, 360 to 480 or 320 to 480. Also pretty big, especially that now she's going to have even more feathers. So that's beautiful. Get that done, and now we've done it. We've got ourselves a V4. Maxed out Garuda monster. 3 million extra health gained, 45,000 more attack. And that's on an E tier Garuda. Ew. Not even good. Maybe one day we'll actually give her an awaken, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But this leads me to I would say like a plan-ish kind of. What do we get in the glory challenge? Oh, we made a 10-star. Well, look at that. More 6-star puppets heading my way. I'll take it. I will absolutely take those. We also got some more male heal. Grab this out. Some more relics from the 9 stars. Boop, blah, 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 boop. Gold, loot, good things. We can level our monster up, I believe, probably a little bit as well. Where are you at? Yep, quick upgrade that. Give me 3 more levels of attack. Love to see it. Beautiful. We're looking great. We're looking good. But as for the event, so this is where my hold up. I'm getting distracted because there's red dots. Red dots bother me. I got to get rid of those. Okay. I know there's some up here. Everyone calm down. I know there's some everywhere. Still calm down. The ultra powerful link event. This is where a lot of people are going to be spending, you know, their resources. I'm going to skip. I'm going to actually skip this entire event. Now, I know that sounds insane because it's a good event. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the event sucks. It's not a bad event. It's a good event. But here's my rationale behind it so you can understand where I'm coming from and why I might be doing something you're like, that's stupid. I don't think it's necessarily stupid. It's just different. It's just planning for the future rather than planning for right now. So what we got right now, sitting in our bag, is 1.7 million stellar. Now you say, hey, if you do the event, you can go ahead and grab 2.5 million more stellar. You're pretty much set for another V4. That's great. But the way I look at it, there's no way in absolute scrotum balls I'm going to have another V4 ready hero and enough food for a V4 hero within the next month anyways. And I'm assuming, because it would make no sense to the anniversary event like suck nuts, that we're actually going to have a fair amount of opportunities to grab more stellar between now and then anyhow. But even if it's just that event, the next time we get stellar, I would much rather utilize my 30-ish thousand gems to really stash up on scrolls and get ready for that event so that maybe I can do double completions, push that event a little bit further. Because right now, even if I went all in with everything that I had on the event, I couldn't even do enough to get like 20 laurels. I would still only get the same 10 laurels, even if I did a full heroic summon completion and the 20,000 gems. Just not there, right? Just not there on the free-to-play account. So my thoughts, if I wait, save, spin these suckers on the anniversary event, there's a good chance I can get further and get more loot and potentially even better loot. So we're gonna skip skis. Also, I have an egg. Where did I get an egg? I don't know where I got an egg. And we haven't hatched an egg. It's our first egg, and it's a somber egg. So of course we're gonna awaken it, see what we get in 20 hours. We're not gonna awaken it right now. I'm not spending 20,000 gems to see that sucker pop out early. Don't care. Boop. But with that done, V4 Garuda, we have a growth chapter we did, I think. Oh, settlement, yeah. The Dark Settlement got done, we'll grab that out. This is another Imminent Hero Selection chest. Who are we going to use those on? I can't lie, I'm not sure. I haven't necessarily decided yet. This will be nice too. We need more 6-star puppets, but 2 billion damage to the guild bosses. Earlier on, that was not an issue. Currently, it is an issue. I've been fighting these Pray for Fire bosses, and as you can see, I've been doing insane damage. Absolutely bonkers. That's all 4 hits for a big 970 mil. So it's going to take a couple of days. Actually, probably more than that, because this is going to end. Then we got to go to the next one. it's gonna be a it's gonna be a little while before we get our 2 billion damage in and push that further. But hopefully with our V4 Garuda, we'll be able to do a little bit more work on the bosses and make that happen a little faster. Hopefully just on the next guild boss we're good. But I guess it kind of depends on which one it is. You know, if it pops up to be like the dark one, we're gonna do like zilch damage, and that's gonna suck the fattest of the weens. But what do we do today? We have a couple of options. One, like I said, I do want to do the Aspen Dungeon. I might not have said that, but I do. Because it's time sensitive, right? It's running out soon. We could try some Seal Land pokes since we're already here. See if our V4 is capable of doing anything extra special. We were fairly close at V2. I don't know if it's going to be a big difference now, but we'll see if those extra feather blade layers end up making a huge difference or not. Well, we killed 2 enemies off rip. That's pretty freaking good. I think we're good here. Yeah, we got that. We got that absolutely smushed down. Things you love to see. Go for an 18. Now, our treasure train's not really good over here. In fact, I would venture to say that it sucks the fattest. Not the fattest. A fairly girthy ween. Okay? There's something wrong with my brain. Either way, we don't have a great treasure train is what I'm trying to say. Because of that, it's going to take us a little longer probably to get to 20 with Garuda. Although, don't die. Oh, I think we might have you. We got you. So easy. What an easy video game. The odds we beat it this time, though, pretty much dead zero. Pretty much straight up a flat 0% chance that we pull this out, but we're going to try it anyway. Also, that damage drop from her active skill, pretty insane. Nobody died. That's not necessarily... somebody died. So it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world when no one dies. Because she does get a chance to full heal, but she's not going to be able to get an active skill back now. No way. We're not quite there yet, but that's fine. We're doing good. We're doing good. A stage 18, we can smash on this for a while, get ourselves some shard built up. That's all good. Things I love to see, things I'm happy about. Honestly, I need to get better about spending these little keys every single day, because I never remember to do it. And it's one of the actual Awaken quests, is to spend your compasses or your keys. You can do like a bunch. Right? I could do 15 a day, and then usually I just do the 5 for the smash. So I'm kind of gimping myself on points for that. Probably should go ahead and make just an effort to go ahead and just fail the 10 keys, or the keys, and not worry about it. Not really important either way. Seal Land, looking good. Now, for the Aspen Dungeon, what do we want to run? Enables, I kind of like the enables. We could reduce crit damage or increase the effect of being healed. Don't think it's really going to matter. We don't want that. We are definitely going to want crowd control removal from self. Most likely that's going to be what gets us if we get stunned and poisoned. However, of course, the last few times we failed has actually been to a Gru and a Vesa, I believe, because they tank our crit, our damage falls off, and we can't finish the job. Because we have no heals until we finish the job. How we could get around that, of course, we could go with Balanced Strike. It's risky because you don't get a chance to heal, or you don't get a chance to avoid death if you do die, but at the same time, being able to heal without having to heal is nice, and if we don't crit, just an extra 30% damage, you know, let's try a Balanced Strike run. I know Unbending Will is generally considered a safer option, but because Garuda's a bit of a special case, where she doesn't necessarily have built-in self-sustain, unless people are dying, if she's not killing anyone or if no one's dying on your side, her heals don't exist. So we're going to try it like this. It might be a terrible decision. If it is, whatever, we learn. We'll try the other way the next time. Or we might just make it to death mode and not have to worry about it. Let's go. Boop, bop, beep, doesn't really matter. I mean, we're only going to ever really use her here anyway. Everyone else is inconsequential. Throw an Ignis in there, why not? Welcome. Okay, so, boop. 50 stages smooshed into hell. Pretty much another 5-star hero there. Some monster materials. Actually, it's more monster material than I thought she got. That's not bad. 6 demon potions is something I do enjoy seeing, though. First, let's take a peek at our merchant. Grabbing that for sure ski. Grabbing that for sure ski. Do I want to spend a lot on orbs right now? No. Right now, I don't want to. I could. I should. They're not a bad offer. We're above my 25-ish thousand grace period I like to sit at. But I want to make sure I'm saving as much as I possibly can, specifically for heroic summons right now. just to make sure, like I said, I'm stocked up on that one event resource more than anything else. So with that said, scoot over here. We'll buy everything for gold, essentially, that we kind of need. We got actually quite a fair amount of these. We'll grab that as well. Grab them. I would have loved to see some wishing coins for gold, but is what it is. We are going to need some spirit. There we go. There's 10 wishing coins right there. I'm not going to grab promotion stones. They're quite expensive, and I have plenty right now. Down the line, that may end up being something we need more of, but for right now, it's not a bad deal. We will grab all the spirit that we can get, though, because I am learning that gold does seem to last longer than spirit in most cases, outside of doing, like, gear upgrades and stuff like that. So I will be snagging out the old green goo every time a feller sees it. Quite a few wishing coins this time. I'll take it. I always love seeing the wishing coins pop up in, like, the other lady getting 10 for gold. I don't know, it just feels like such a nice deal. I'm like, yeah. There we go. Alrighty then. Not looking bad. First foe is a level 420 Aiden. Am I afraid of Aiden? I don't know. I'm not sure how hard it was to reach this point. Good Lord, absolutely dumpstered. I'm gonna say, not scary. Woo! I don't even know what happened. He died so fast. I almost feel bad for him. Yeah, okay, so far, the 420s are looking fairly easy. I know Amuvors were a problem previously because he drains my energy. We'll see how much of an issue that is now, where we have the, oh man, dude, that V4 upgrade is substantial. Not bad, not bad. Not even noticing it. What's our record? 77, so we've gone pretty high before. There's no way a solo Amuvor is taking us down if 2 of them couldn't do it, because the biggest, oh, another demon potion. Don't mind if I do. A single Margaret, we'll watch it. I don't feel any danger from Margaret. No need to. 1v1, Garuda's kind of hard to beat. Oh, well, why thank you. Because she does a really good amount, like a ton of damage, and it guarantees her feathers are gonna proc on that one dude. Very hard to lose those. Crowd control here, but we have faction advantage on 2. Take a quick peek. Like I said, it's been a while since we've done the Aspen Dungeon, so I'm not 100% sure like what's going to give us issues. With the V4 upgrade, though, because I think the last time we did this, I think we were just E5. Honestly, we might have done it like E4. I don't even remember if we did an E5 run. Oh, man. Here's the ones that was smoking us, right? Vesa and Gru. Now, with an active skill off rip, I feel like we're pretty safe regardless, because no matter who it targets, without a crit damage reduction or a damage reduction at all, we're probably just going to win. We'll watch it. Yeah, we pretty much smoked the crap out of them there. And that's great. That's what I wanted to see, because those are issues. If we come into that with no energy, we have to attack the Gru a bunch before we can drop our active skill. We don't have a lot of crit, so we're not going to do any critting. If we don't do any critting, we're probably not going to kill the Vesa, and then eventually we just get whittled down to dead because we can't heal, and Vesa keeps the Gru alive, and it's just a bad time. We know solo Amuvor, very beatable, done that. Pretty much any 1v1, I think we've got taken down. I know Bades could hit pretty hard, but we have an active skill, so he's dead first round. Yeah, 17 million damage. I mean, numbers you love to see. Solo Gru, I think he actually did damage to us once, because as you can see, he breaks our crit, he breaks our attack, also steals some armor. But yeah, right now, the upgrades that we've pumped into this chick, she's insane. Gurky, I love you like a brother, but he's kind of a pansy. Okay, we'll just say it how it is. He's the Panzinator. Mirage is also quite the dangerous foe later down the line. At least it was. The main reason, of course, they drain your attack, but they also bleed you, so you can take a lot of damage over time here. We're going to probably do all right, but as you can see, we still took some damage, but not enough to be concerned about. Not enough that a 35% heal when one of them dies is going to be a problem. A lot of stunning crowd control here, but since we go first and we have crowd control Purify on, crowd control waves really aren't that dangerous anymore, and that's great. Back in the day, I don't know if you guys were around back before they changed the Enable 3. Back in the day, there was a Purify. That was your enable you could choose. There was Resilience, the attack damaging one or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. The boosting your attack for survived allies. And then there was, of course, the Purify. And Purify worked very differently back then, right? It had a chance to purify any debuff on you, but only one, right? So if you were stunned, petrified, bleeding with attack reduction and your Purify procced at the end of the round, you might get rid of the Petrify, but you're still stunned or whatever. You couldn't target what you wanted to cleanse, and that's when they changed the enables around to where you could. For War? Faith Blades. Nice change, though, I think. Being able to target what you want to cleanse is better. I think the Dot Purify could definitely work better than it currently does, but it's not the worst thing in the world. If you have a lot of layers of dot against certain enemies like Cthulhu, being able to clear one of those off can be a big difference when they go to detonate all of those layers. If you clear one of them off, that's a lot of damage you just dodged. Solitary enemies, like I said, I'm not worried about. We'll just smoke through those guys. But yeah, little history lesson on the old enables. This guy, why are you here? Straight up, like, I don't understand. What are you doing? What are you doing? Karim's, I've never had an issue with Karim. I don't think he's not up to the task of fighting V4 heroes. Solitary Field, back before when you couldn't, like, I guess, get rid of crowd control, he could, like, solo stun like a Bloodblade. If back in the day, Bloodblade was like an okay Aspen Dungeon hero because he had healing. But yeah, Fields were absolutely kryptonite for them because they're guaranteed to stun on their basic attack and their active skill is guaranteed to stun assassins. So you were just permanently crowd controlled. You fought a field, it was over for you. Don't worry about that now. Or you had to run a candy cane or something weird, but neither here nor there. A back-to-back field, I guess. Okie doke. I mean, send them all the way till death mode. Single queen. I don't see danger, but you never know. Yeah, there was no reason to see danger there. There was no danger to be found. Easy wave. Easy wave. Double Faith Blade. If we killed 4 of your kind and 1 of your kind, I don't think 2 of your kind is going to be a problem. Solo Gurky, like I said before, shoe hands. You're an awesome guy, but you're not a scary guy, you know? You don't terrify me. I don't wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat and be like, oh, Gurky. You know, if you do that, I mean, I don't know, man. You might need a little help there. You shouldn't be afraid of Gurky. He's not a terrifying guy. Okay, he's a good dude. Fat Moo. Take a watch some Fat Moo. He does do a fair amount of burnage. When you attack him, I believe when he attacks you. Is it enough to be a problem? It seems the answer to that riddle is no. We are coming up on, I think we already smoked this wave before, so we'll smoke it again real fast. No prob, no damage, things you love to see. But healers don't really counter Garuda very well unless they're paired with a Gru. That's where you get some issues. The draining of the attack and the crit is problematic. With that said, ooh, a double Siggy. Now I know Sigmund was pretty tough before. He got us pretty low when there was 2 of them. That Searing Flame, the burn debuff, the bonus damage to burned enemies. This can hit really hard. We have no energy. Let's see what we come up against here. Now that we are substantially stronger than before, way easy. That was not even any damage. That before actually not only nearly killed us, it left us with I think half health the last time we fought this guy. So we had to actually like milk our way back up. Then this guy shows up. I don't understand, like he may have had a purpose like way back in the day to be some kind of annoyance, or maybe he's like a free wave you wanted to see, but like, I don't know. He's the only hero I think in the entire realm that we fight here that can't even be 10-starred. Like he's just a max 9-star hero. All healers, we can watch and see how the healers go down. They shouldn't be any kind of real danger to us. As you can see, if you one-shot a healer, they don't really get a chance to do a lot of healing, which is great. Bonk, and dead. Easy does it, not an issue. Hell 81, we've got level 440 Mirages. They're 10 levels higher. Let's see what difference that brings to the table here. They are going to drain my attack a little bit. It's going to be a bit annoying. Not that annoying, though. We still killed 2, and that's good. Yeah, I don't think there's no way they're damaging. Absolutely smoked on. Get wrecked, nerd. A solitary Vesa. We can watch it. Remember back in the day when you like used to build Vesa as your primary Aspen Dungeon hero? She was meta for a long time before Valkyrie came out. Vesa was really good for the Aspen Dungeon. Lots of heals, pretty good damage. The boost to her crit damage when she got hurt could help her nuke things down. Really solid. But the 1v1 Vesa standoffs, that was great. You just end up tying forever and ever and ever. You had to wait till like because it used to, it didn't let your rounds go infinitely. They would always stop at round 15 regardless. So you're kind of hoping to get like a break point where at stage 15, the enemy Vesa was like half hurt. And then you could demon potion your Vesa and kill it. There's strategy. You know, strategy was involved. Let's see what a 440 Fat Moo's all about. I'm guessing not about much. Yeah, nah, not even close. I'm feeling pretty confident in our death push. A single Mickey. We're not even watching that. I'm not going to disgrace you guys by making you watch a single Mickey just get absolutely rinsed. We already know you're dead. Not even an issue. Beautiful. Love to see it. What do you got for me? Turds. Leave. Double Walter. Crowd control doesn't matter now that we're E3. Pre-E3, Walter's a very dangerous enemy in the Aspen Dungeon because he can stun lock you and poison you, and it's pretty much game over. After you get the E3 enable where you can purify crowd control, he becomes kind of a joke, because that's really his only gimmick, right? If he can stun you and keep poisoning you, it's bad news bears. Double Sleepless, I don't feel like this is going to be very dangerous either. Yeah. Bonk. Oh, we killed both of them, but they're back. They're back for more. And we're going to kill both of them again. Bonk. Yeah. Easy does it. Okay. The Gurkinator, love you, bro. Still no. You're still not. I mean, we could watch one just out of respect for the old brother Gurk. Valentino, again, same thing. Pre-E3, Valentino can be pretty sketchy because there's a lot of stuns built into his kit, especially when there's 4 of them, because they have a passive that also allows them to stun. We'll watch it. Not that it's going to matter. Yeah. But anytime they drop active skills, everyone else kind of gives like a chance to stun, so you can get kind of stun locked fighting these guys early. Again, E3 makes a lot of the Aspen Dungeon much more trivial. Smoke through this. Later on, once you get into death mode, of course, I believe it's probably better. Ooh, this will be a fun one. We've got a Gru and a Vesa. With 4 enemies, you do get less stats on all enemies. They're not equally tanky. 1 enemy obviously has the highest stats. 2 enemies, they kind of split it, and then 4 has the lowest stats, but you have the most, I guess, synergies you have to worry about. Whereas right here, we should be good. But yeah, once you get into death mode, I believe it's probably better to drop the crowd control for maybe mark reduction, because Amen Ramen, annoying, right? Amen Ramen, even Ada with her marks can be quite devastating, so I don't know. I feel like you might try to cheese through it and just get your 50 smash and then have a bunch of demon potions and hope that you can just reliably go through crowd control waves, no issue, and then when you see an Amen Ramen, drop the demon potions and hope for the best. Solo Karim, not sketch, none damage dealt, exactly what I expected. A single Sleepless, same story but different time. 2 440 Siggies, I believe were they 430 Siggies before? I think, but I don't remember. We'll just go ahead and do it like this. Yeah, not dangerous. Not even a tickle. Not even a real tickle coming my way. We'll watch Gurky out of respect for Gurky. God rest his soul. They need to bring Gurky back. I don't know why they had to nerf the poor man. They could have nerfed him a little bit. They didn't have to nerf him into what he became, you know? And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. A Mim. Tickle my pickle. I don't know if I've ever seen a Mim. I don't know. They need a trans Gurky. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Gurky needs a transcendence more than anybody else in the game. By far the coolest design. Oh, we're not gonna get an active skill while this Mim is up, are we? Just kidding, we are. And he's dead. Yeah, that wasn't dangerous. I was a little bit afraid of, ooh, Mim. Get out of here, Mim. You're an absolute nerd, Mim. Valentinians, a lot of stuns. We're not afraid of stuns. Doesn't really do much for us, especially not with an active skill off rip. Really not afraid of them. Cruz. More stuns, some burns, some poison, some attack steal. We'll watch it just because we're close to our death breakpoint. Do I want to keep pushing after death? Maybe. I think the difficulty is going to ramp up so hard, though, we're not going to make it to, like, death 50. We're going to end up losing relatively soon. Another 4 Aiden. We got an active skill off rip. See what happens. Nothing. Now, I'm not sure the order of operations on her heal to death. Because, like, Aiden explodes when he dies and does damage, but we killed 3 Aidens at once. So does she take the whole brunt of that damage and then the brunt of healing all at once? Or is it like, he died, she heals, he died, she heals? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly the order of operations there. But if it's bulk, it still might actually help her counter Mim a little bit in the tower, and that's going to be what I'm kind of leaning on, because I don't have a great Mim strategy for this account built yet. Either way, hell 100, I would, you know what, we got to watch it because it's 100, but it's a single Mickey, and she's going to die in 1 second, dead. Oh my gosh, she lived. She was holding on for dear hope. She was like, I'm the gatekeeper. You're fired. All right, death 1, lots of healers. We'll just take a peek in death. We haven't used any of our potions at all. Is the damage going to ramp up significantly here? Honestly, it's not looking like it. I think we're doing great. Yeah, oh, almost out of coffee. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Here's going to be a fun one. Ada, Aspen, Horrify is always dangerous. Penny's scary because of her reflective armor. This will be a fun one to see what we do. Okay, well, we pooed on it. we pooed on it quite hard. Vesa Ormus combo, there's no hope we lose that. There's just no chance. 0%. I'm putting out that. How do we still have 14 of these potions? What are you, potions? Potions, can I click on you? Crit damage? That's what we're short on? Unbelievable. A solitary Siggy with no energy. Let's see. Bonk, bonk. Nah, no issue. That's good. That's easy. Not a problem. Death 5, Cthulhu Flame Strike. Is Cthulhu's gonna be scary here or not really? Not really. Not really. I've heard horror stories about Flame striking Cthulhu in the Void campaign, and I'm assuming that's going to be real fun. But we've got a while to get there over here. The main account, though, is going to be tickling on the Void campaign's doorstep relatively soon. That chick actually just dropped some nasty damage. That was nuts. But she died. Double Cthulhu Double Flame Strike. Let's see. Is this going to be a problem for us? No, this is actually easier than the previous one. Too easy. Get him out of here. Next. Oh, Amen, Ramen, and Penny. We do have an active skill, so this should go well, just because. But I am worried about her healing and dying afterwards. Yeah, that still hits really hard. So instead of a 35% heal when an enemy dies, she takes 35% damage. That's pretty sketchy. The nice thing about this with Garuda, though, is unless you kill 3 enemies like at once. I don't know if it applies to every single healing you get that round. And again, this is where bulk healing versus is it one at a time heals. I think it's one at a times. Will be more counterable, right? So if it's like Aspen has an issue where when he kills someone, he heals for more health than he has. So he just one-shots himself and you can't unbending will around it because it's a mark. So you just die, which is annoying. Whereas with Garuda, I feel like if there was 2 enemies there and I had that debuff on me once, I would have taken this as damage and then healed it on the next proc. That's where my brain is sitting. And if that's the way it works, Garuda's going to be actually pretty nice for fighting these waves. I'm not going to heal on this. I don't think she's going to be able to kill me anyways. We might as well just heal that back up ourselves. And it looks like that was not a bad choice. Shia. Bleeds, blocks. Does she dodge as well? I don't remember. We'll find out shortly. She does bleed. The damage is actually fairly significant as well, but we got through it. That wasn't too bad. A single Horus. We have precision buff on him, although he still blocked both hits. Wow. So Horus is a bit sketch. Don't write Horus off. A solo Amen Ramen with no active skill. I don't think she has us. I think we'll take some damage, obviously, when she dies, because she is going to get her active skill off. But that's another nice thing, too, is her little Guardian Angel shield that pops up that blocks damage. On Aspen, it blocks all the damage because it hit once. With her active skill, her feathers hit, like, in succession, so it breaks the shield and then kills her, which is nice. That's quite handy not to work around that. A single Cthulhu, there's no way single Cthulhu brings us down, right? No, we're fine. Easy. I'm playing a little risky business there because you never know who's going to take you down. Especially when you're in like new uncharted territory for the account. But we're going to run it like this. We're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing fine. Still full healing on the Shias, but of course if you kill 2 enemies at a time, healing 70% of your life is a lot of life. Solo Aspen normally would be kind of scary without crowd control cleanse because a Horrify could really lock you down for a long time. Horrify doesn't really affect us though because we'll cleanse it at the end of the round anyway. See how he does. He's still an awesomely strong hero, but it looks like by himself, he's not as strong. He goes down like a sack of taters. A big armored sack of taters, but a sack of taters nonetheless. Okay, Ada. None energy versus a single Ada. Let's see what kind of damage she puts out. I know she's fairly strong, does percent-based damages, and she blocks our heals a little bit, but that wasn't bad. That was very doable. Not bad. A solo Gruinator. I'm going to milk it just because I don't know how bad this Gru is going to drag us on in a long fight. We'll see. Not very long. I get the feeling this guy's going to go down relatively fast. He might make it to an extra active skill, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. Solo Gru, not a problem. Gru plus Vesa, we still haven't seen again, so that might be dangerous. Double Ada. I'm out of coffee. Balls. I was going to drink it. Can't drink it. It's gone. Good thing I have a backup water. Okay. We could go risky biscuits and go with no energy. I feel like with 7 demon potions, that is both foolish and stupid, so we will not do that. We will try to at least kill one Ada, but hopefully both Adas immediately. We didn't kill either Ada immediately. We're probably going to die here. There's a good chance that we no longer survive. We are dead. Fair enough. Ada, strong. Ada, strong. We died. Even with a demon potion. Dead. Ticks! Oh god, they like full healed on me. Get him, Ticks! He could have died so fast. About the same. All right, either way, not a problem. Not a problem. We figured we'd get a death relatively early. Death 18, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with that. That's a pretty good new jump from where we were. We're top 2 Hunsky, baby. We're scooting up the ladder. Things you love to see. With that done, we are 36 minutes deep. We have options. One option, start clearing some campaign, because we've got a buttload of campaign to do on this account until we reach the spot where we get stuck again by level, which I believe is like death. Is it death? Is it called death? I think it's death. Yeah, death. We're death everywhere. We're just dying all over the place. But I think it's going to be somewhere like chapter 22, 23-ish, around abouts, that we're going to get level locked. Either way, that is like 5 chapters above us, which hopefully has a significant amount more loot, but even more importantly, than just a significant amount of loot that you get statically is going to be the bonus loot. So by clearing Nightmare and Hell, we're going to go from a bonus of 30% up to a 90% bonus for the gold and the spirit output. That's not bad. We will be needing plenty of this stuff down the line. Clearing Death 120%, and then this is 150. It's quite a bit of extra loot. So we have that, and like I said, we need to do up to, did I say? I think I've said we need to do Tower of Oblivion to 550. I might not have. That might have just been into my head, and I said it in my head, and I thought I said it out loud. You ever do that? I do that. Where I think I've said something that I haven't said, or I think I'm being quiet and I'm saying things that I'm thinking. It happens. It's weird. I might have a problem. I do have a problem, for sure. Did I say that out loud? I did. Of course I did. I'm kidding. Either way, I think I said something about it. It's like up here somewheres. In and abouts. Yeah, 550 for chapter 60. And that's a big break point for us. I've been ignoring all these for here. I want to save my gems for better things than just gold, spirit, and monster materials. Like this one, right? That's a good one. 20 orbs, that, beautiful. And the next big one, this one, 72, 120 scrollages, glorious. Are we going to get there before June? I don't know. We haven't even fought in the Void Vortex? That's shameful. That's shameful. 600 tower. Oh, we got to clear the whole tower. Yeah, there ain't no way in Scroat Sack we're taking that all the way down. Ooh, we need a 3rd rune at level 30 as well. 10 settlements. Extra bad. 20 in a seal in. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the 650. Yeah, clear the whole tower. Listen, I'm an optimistic bro. I ain't that optimistic, right? That's borderline delusional. I don't think we're pulling that one off relatively soon, but that's okay. We don't need those 120 scrolls right now. We can use them later. With that said, let's just do some campaign. I've got a lot of campaign that I got to do. I know that there's some loot in the tower to be snagged, but this will be better for longer, right? And what I mean by that is like the rewards that I get by pushing campaign is going to be a daily accruance, right? We're getting more and more and more. Grab out that while we're here as well. Grab out that as well. But the higher this is, the better loot we get every single day, the better XP we get every single day. And the fact that I've been leaving it where it is has been, I would say it's lazy. And it's because it's probably pretty lazy. But also, I just didn't want to scoot through everything, although it's probably going to be super easy. Can we still beat this with like 1 5-star hero? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Oh, she didn't die immediately. She's dead. We can. So it's not hard. It was some extra 5-star shards out of these as well. That'll be kind of nice. We can't use this still until you're level 130 and you cleared 23.5, so the auto battle is not available. But we're going to actually run everybody on the team just because I want to make sure that we smoke this as fast as possible, right? I don't want to sit here all day. A scary attack everybody, a King Barton. AoE hits. See how fast we can clear a stage. Faster. Much faster. A little bit of XP along the way. I'm not sure how many levels we're going to gain just in raw XP. What do we get per stage bonus? 30,000? I mean, that's not a lot. It's very little. How much do we need? 5 million. So yeah, probably not a levels coming from just the extra bonus from beating the stages, but the more of these stages we take out faster, the better. More loot for us is never a bad thing. How far do we want to go? We're 40 minutes deep. I mean, I'm not sure how long it's going to take, honestly, to do this. It's taking like what? Count it out. We'll do a loud count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi. Pretty much 10 seconds for a fight. That's not bad. 10 seconds between us killing one enemy and moving to the next. That one went a little faster, only 3 enemies, and then we gotta scooch through our map. Hell mode has been unlocked. Let's go here. Are these guys gonna be more difficult? My guess is no. I don't remember when it actually got tough on the other account, but at the same time, I already had like 3 V4 heroes, so we pretty much scooted all the way through everything up to the Apocalypse campaign, and then it got tough. So I don't know if Apocalypse campaign just came out a lot later, so they really ramped its difficulty up like hard to make sure like it was a challenge for what everybody had, and like crazy that came before it just wasn't that crazy. I don't know. Either way, we're just absolutely smushing this. I honestly, I know the campaign's more or less like done for the devs because it was built and balanced around the game 9 years ago, at least for like the first, these stages essentially. All of this was in the game back when it came out pretty much. So there wasn't like a lot of difficulty stacked to it because back then, man, the highest hero you could have was a 10-star hero. Right? You didn't have enabled heroes. There was no such thing as an E5 hero back then. That was new tech, right? At first, it wasn't even E5. It was E3. Then it was E5. But yeah, that was, you're talking, this was built for teams that couldn't even get past 10 star. If you had like 6 10-star heroes, you were in the business. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, you need like more than that just to feed your heroes to make them where they are, which is crazy. But yeah, so it'd be kind of weird to try to rebalance the campaign at this point. There's really no point in it. And I think that's what the Void campaign tried to do, is just give you a new campaign that was scaled to the new challenges. But yeah, these early stages are just so easy now because of all the stats you can get. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Did I talk about my guild treasure train? I need to do my guild tickets. My brain is... Maybe it's the coffee. I'm just ADHDing up here right now. I've got wheels turning in all different directions. We're not going anywhere. We're just spinning in a circle. We're doing donuts, you know? And that's not what you want to do in your brain. You don't want to do donuts. Well, this is going to take a minute. 10 stages per stage, 10 seconds per fight. That's 100 seconds per fight. How many stages are there in, or chapters are in one of these? I don't know. I mean, you're talking minutes. You're talking minutes of your life doing this. But, oh yeah, the guild stuff. We're going to go back and do that. Good call, me. Good catch. Got it. We are getting a little bit more XP, though. 49,000 instead of 30,000. The XPs are going up. That's beautiful. But, it's a beautiful butt. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, we got 12 guild treasure tickets. I might as well use them. I save on them until I get to 10, and then I spend them. We're going to go and collect. We're not going to do our normal search. We have 26, 27 searches. What is this? What series is that? How does a feller look? What is that? Eeny, meeny, oh, this. Quaint Antiquoo. We don't need any quaint antiquos. We're waiting until Hero Token rears its head, and then we will spend. Okay. The guild, go ahead and just do our 10, see what we get. Yep. I guess we can drop another 2 as well. What are we looking for? I don't know, anything. Actual fully built treasures would be ideal. Shards are also not bad. I mean, we'll need them. But I mean, I would love to see like a lot of beer. A lot of beer coming in. But not like a full beer. We're getting like a little bit of a pour a beer. We keep pouring it into the mug. We'll get a full beer eventually. There we go, a full beer. That's what I'm talking about. We already have the beer clearly because it gave us 20. Only one artifact. There we go. We got ourselves a little evil looking lantern. That's good. And another beer. Well, our beer is going to be maxed out stat. We just do the other two while we're here. Yeah, let's do it. Yoink. What did we get? Boop. Can't tell if that's orange or red. I want to say it's orange, but I don't know. Do it again. Yoink. A whole nother beer. Dude, our beer is about to go absolutely bonkers. Bonkers and insane. We're going to do it manually, though, because we're crazy like that. Where are you at, Adventurous Guild? Show me my beer. Actually, also show me this. Activate. 157,000 HP. Okay. Okie dokie. Beer. We got 47 out of 4 beers. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's get rolling, bud. Oh, it takes 12 now. They shot it up on me. We'll take it. We'll take it, though. Do it again? Sure. What are we getting per go? About 40,000 health and 300 attack? It's not bad. And I think we're gonna come short this next one, right? We're gonna be close-ish. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. We got another one. Then we'll be short. Not bad. But that's gonna take us up to 3-star. Ooh, quite the jump to go 3-star. How's our stats looking? 69 points. Well, you should not have, but you done did it, so you can't take it back. All right. It was orange. Okay. We're not close. We aren't close. But that is now done. How's our treasure train stats overall looking? Treasure bonus. Hey. I'll take it. Not an insane amount. How much is our stats looking like now? We were at what? We gained like 12,000 attack-ish there. A little bit of hutch paw. Is it significant? Oh, we got 5 more levels. Boop, 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 boop. I forgot we got 5 levels for the Aspen Dungeon. And then we get 5 more when we fully finish it, which seems like that might be a little bit into the future. But also at the same time, I think if we swap over to a balance mark to deal with the Adas, we'll probably get past those. Crowd control will still be a little bit dangerous, but I feel like right now our issue is mostly marks. It's not necessarily the crowd control that killed us, but that's because it can't kill us really right now. So, I mean, maybe that's just, confirmation bias. Like, crowd control is not hard to beat. Yeah, when you can never get crowd controlled, it's really not a problem. But as soon as you can get crowd controlled, you're like, ah, dang it, I need the crowd control purified because I'm dying. We're getting quite a few shards. I forgot that the campaign doled out so many shards. This is going to be nice. Honestly, for new accounts, being able to push way higher just because is really good. That's going to give you a lot more food really early in the game. What a change. What a good change. The campaign needed some love for these lower levels anyway, because like I said, it was too easy for the being level locked on, We're still level locked, but at least we were level locked at a much, much higher level, which is nice. Because when I could throw in a single 5-star hero and take care of the 2 waves I unlocked after 3 days of grinding XP, it just felt it felt bad. It was a feels bad kind of moment. Like, that's not really worth it. Now at least we'll get high enough where we'll get much higher. A lot more free loot rolls in early. More 5-star shards, more of this gear you can break down for the little crystals that you use to upgrade your resonance gear and stuff. All of that, good stuff. Also, by the way, if you still be watching, how much does it take to upgrade your resonance gear? Because I've never done it yet. I think you have to have the Void campaign unlocked before it lets you upgrade resonance gear beyond just 1 star. Is that like a really expensive on the crystals? Or is it like a gym upgrade? Like what's the cost on Resonance 2 and Resonance 3 gear? Because I can't really look at it yet. I mean, I can by the end of the week, but I don't know. Call me curious. Could I Google it? Yeah. Am I gonna? No. I'm gonna wait for you guys to tell me, because that's the best way to do things. You know what I'm saying? Bring you into the fold. Let me know stuff. Teach me the ways. All right, we're at 21. What level do we need to be here at 21? I need to click further ahead. 88? Oh my gosh. We've got a long way to go. Oh, man, we might be... I was thinking, like, I'll be, like, chapter 20-something, like 23. Like, we might be in chapter 30. At this point, that might be the case. That's nice. Love to see that. 15 more. How many shards are we going to have at the end of this? Every 5 stages, we're grabbing like 15 now. I'm assuming that's going to just go up and up and up as well, the further we climb. I know in Apocalypse, you get like 5-star gear just straight up from beating the enemies. So that is like 40 chapters away. So we're not like on the cusp of that or anything. Still not bad. It still ain't bad. I probably should have like remembered what I was getting at stage 18, just so I could have done like a difference before and after of like what we end up getting by the time we get where we're actually level locked again. I don't know. Some people said they've mathed it and it's like 25% faster now to go from 0 to 130 than it used to be, which either way, that's super duper awesome. Shaving off a quarter of the time it takes to reach level 130 is huge. Why does 130 even matter? Because I think you have to be 130 to do the, to finish the campaign, right? That's the end level of the campaign. Mappage, Chrome Mine, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good lord. We've got so many more chapters. Wait, we're going here now, right? That's a lot. That is a lot of chapters, and that's just to get, well, I'll get us to death, but that'll definitely be stage 30 plus for death, right? And the way it's going, like we're at level 90 now, level 91, level 92. We're at what, 106, 107? I think we're 107. I could be wrong. I'll look. But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna go, we may actually go all the way up into the 30s. And that's gonna be awesome. Save us a lot of time waiting to get to 130. But even, let's be fair, on this account, hitting 130, while it will be nice, we're not void campaigning for a hot minute. Nope. We could, honestly, it wouldn't be impossible. There's ways that we could obviously go void campaign relatively soon. We just have to pick a couple Crystals of Transcendence and some of these events, get ourselves to 5 million, make a Transcendence hero, unlock all that stuff, and then go crazy with it. Start doing some Tree of Origin crap. But I haven't really decided on who I want to make, right? Like, who am I going to go all in on? I've got a couple of ideas, right? But none of them are like set in stone, because like by the time that I'm ready to actually start doing like legitimate, like I'm ready to go transcend and stuff, there's likely to be at least one more new hero in the game, with probably their transcendence form either on the way or already out by the time we need to make that decision. And if that new hero is freakishly good and crazy strong and we can get copies of it, then it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to be sticking to a plan that I made, you know, months prior before that new knowledge existed. So for now, I'm just going to try to play it as if Transcendence heroes don't really exist yet. I'm just kind of building and prepping for when they launch kind of thing. And I'll have my Stellar built up, I'll have my Crystal of Transcendence built up, and then once we get to the point where I need to make a decision on who I want to build, then I can kind of look at the available options and be like, yeah. For nowsies, the first one I'm kind of looking at is Betty. And the reason I'm thinking about Betty is twofold. One, when Betty's not transcended, she's still a really, really good hero to have, especially for like campaign and stuff. Being able to crowd control my enemies and stuff will be huge, especially in Apocalypse campaign. That was one of my biggest struggle points when I pushed through it on the other account, is I had like no crowd control. So certain waves just felt like dang near impossible because I couldn't like stop enemies from moving at all. So the Garuda waves were a nightmare, whereas if you had a fair amount of crowd control, those Garuda waves wouldn't be that big of a deal because they would just not be able to attack and do all their passive hits and all that jazz. So I'm thinking Betty's a nice choice. She'll help when she's not transcended, and then if I want to go ahead and transcend her, the one transcended Betty that I did fight absolutely wrecked my whole world and made me sad that I was alive. So I feel like she'll be good as well, just going on transcended side of things. And then later down the line, as I build more heroes, more transcended heroes, she can kind of fall back into just being support, not being kind of like the everything. But I feel like her damage and crowd control together is actually pretty solid. So we'll see how that works. Will it be great? Will it suck? We won't know until we cross that bridge. And by the time that bridge is being crossed, we might be like, listen, the new hero makes Betty irrelevant because it's just so freaking good. And then that's who I'm building. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're going. Yeah, It's nice. All right, so we'll probably finish this one out, call it. We're coming up on an hour deep, and this is, honestly, this is just point and click and smoke, right? Like, these guys aren't putting up any significant challenge at all. We're just blowing through them. Bonk. The follow-up attack for 2 million is pretty sick, though. Look at that, getting out deeped by a 7-star, you nerd sandwich. Unbelievable. I guess we could do like one fight in broken spaces. She'll clear the first stage immediately in one hit. I think only has like 200 million health. Then the second stage, I think, jumps up to like 2 billion. But, what's this guy gonna be? Dead. Dead immediately. 15 more shards, though. All right, Heidelberg. We're gonna chill here for a while. I hate not chilling on a 5 node. Just because. Let's chill on a 5 node. I know it's stupid, but old me from 5 years ago, when hero shards were relatively much harder to get than they are now, and you can get tons and tons and tons of shards for heroes to make food way faster, which makes sense. You need a lot more food now than you did then. But we always would idle on a 5 or a 10 node, even if we had a node higher that we could idle on, like a, 7 or 8 or 9 even. It was best to idle on a 5 or a 10 because of the idle rewards you could get. Every now and again you'd snag out a hero shard and stuff, and that was worth waiting on that node specifically just for that stuff. So as you can see here, the idle node for this, artifacts, whatnot, all the normal good jazz, but on 5 you've got you got that 5-star hero shard that can drop, and I was like, you know what, that's worth doing. So we're just gonna idle here because of old time's sake. And then we'll come back and do the rest of this later. Yeah, leave that where it is. How are we looking now? Honestly, the difference doesn't seem that insane. Whatever. It's still a little bit faster, and that's what matters. Hold up. It is guild bosses, right? Yeah, you gotta do them in the guild altar. Son of a mother's lover. It would have been nice if that would have been something you could do in broken spaces, but I mean, you can't have everything. Come here. These guys should get instantly murked, like hard. We are going to run double Heart Watcher here. I believe that is the best option for us. We're not skipping the battle, are we? No. Yeah. We're gonna smoke on them. They should die pretty fast anyways. Also, I think I do have, like, oh my gosh, they're almost dead already. I think I do have almost enough Heart Watchers to go to a 10-star. I'm like at 9+1, so I need one more copy and I can make a 10-star Heart Watcher for this kind of stuff. Might be nice, but at the same time, I'm curious if I just want to save a little bit of my food to focus more on my next E5. Because Heart Watcher is not going to go to E5 on here, not for a long time. So maybe it'd be better to focus differently. But we'll see. We'll see. Almost all the damage there coming from the old Garuda. Smoked those guys in like 3 rounds. This one, I think, jumps up to about 2 billion health. So we'll let this roll out and see how much damage she pulls here. She might one-tap it. I don't know. Also, we don't have... well, we have most of the damage enables on. Actually, I think I have pretty much all of them on, except for the extra attack boost when heroes don't die. Which we can test that. And it might be better to have crowd control cleanse on some of these bosses. I don't know, we'll see. Wow, that hit pretty hard. That hit really hard. We might just 9-star Heart Watcher for now and leave her at 9, because that's a fairly decent stopping point for her. She's still pretty useful there, and she'll be much better than having to bring in 2 of these suckers every time. Boop, bop, 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 boop, bop, boop. I think we're going to get them. I think for sure, skis, we are going to take these guys down. She's silenced. Actually kind of works out for me here. Slow it down a little bit. I want to see how much damage she pops out here. Oh, they're going to be burned too. That could be huge. We just killed that dude. That dude's just dead. This lady up here, on her way. She's speed running death by round 9. That's fantastic. And this next act, there's no way she survives another one. She's done. Yeah, she's super done. 2.2 billion damage. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. 2.1 billion damage from the old Garuda monster. Well done. Well done, chicken lady. Absolutely amazing. Now I want to try stage 3. Double Margaret. There's a small chance of getting crowd controlled here. A little bit of poison. We don't have a lot of healing for the team, but let's... I'm not sure how much of a damage difference it actually makes. to run this. If everyone's alive, this can stack up to fairly decent extra damage, I believe. So we're just gonna we'll run it. What the heck? We don't know. It's been so many years since I've run a full red setup. I don't know. Let's see. All right, where are you at, Broken Spaces? Stage 3. This is where we got stuck way back in the day when we just started like, oh man, these guys hit so much harder than the other ones. They're killing me. Also, it would be nice with a 9-star Heart Watcher. I could ease a Drake into the team and start lowering some armor on the enemies. Olivia, Drake, and Heart Watcher, that sounds like a fantastic trio for boss damage. We'll see. We'll get there. Everything in its own time, right? You know, everything in its own time. Alrighty. Roll it out, see how much we can stack these Heart Watchers up to. So far, everyone's staying pretty much full health, even with the stacking poisons. Eventually, that might come back to get them, and they will die, but it looks like right now, also, Ignis do be healing, right? Ignis has some healage, and that's not a bad thing at all. So, I don't know. We already have noticeable damage dealt by round 5, and this is with 2 baby Heart Watchers, one of them getting stunned pretty significantly and often. But once you get like a 9-star Heart Watcher, she'll essentially do what both of these people do at the same time, maybe even a little bit better. I can't remember. And then we have another free spot, like I said, for a Drake or something. It should boost our damage pretty significantly. Either way, round 9, we might not one-tap these guys. We are getting some stuns on the Heart Watcher. It's a little bit annoying. Nothing we can do about it right now. Another benefit, I guess, of having them at E3 or E5 later down the line is you can get away with that. The crowd control is not going to actually affect you anymore, which is good. All right, let's slow it down. It is round 12. See what kind of damage she's going to drop with her active skills here. Oh, and they're burned. And we're stunned. Of course, they're burned when we're stunned. That's hurtful. We just lost a tremendous amount of damage due to catching a stun there. That's not beautiful. So not going to kill them in one go, but let's see what the damage actually turns out to be. 1.8 billion. Significantly less damage than before. Because of that. Oh, we got mail. I was like, what do we got mail from? You know what we got mail from. We don't have anything else we could really run on you, do we? I mean, we could. 30 speed and attack. Or speed HP. That's horrible. Awful. We don't really have a lot of selection artifacts over here yet. I do want to get a damage-based artifact for her eventually. The downside is melodic strings kind of sucks one on the old Garuda. So you have to run like a... Let's go back to having crowd control removal and see if that makes any difference whatsoever at all. Are our Heart Watchers naked? I mean, it doesn't matter if they are. Ain't gonna make a difference. It makes none difference. We'll do that again. We'll do it again. See if there's any noticeable damage difference between not being crowd controlled ever, being able to drop that active skill right when the Phoenix did the burn. Would have been pretty huge. Also, we might be able to drop ticks here for somebody that does burn. Do we have anybody that burns? I don't know. We'll have to look at it. Because I know they do cleanse off like a debuff, or even 2 debuffs per round. A little bit irksome, so that would be an issue with keeping up burn damage, but yeah, I don't know if that would even work, because we would burn them and they would cleanse, and then, well, they kept it that round. No, the round's not over yet. Right? Yeah, they cleanse off all their debuffs like every single round, which is kind of annoying, right? So having a burn doesn't really matter if it doesn't happen after they do all of their cleansage. I don't know. I'd like to hit one big beefy number where she has an active skill right when the Phoenix drops the burns on them. Active skill nuke. Will we get it to line up? Maybe? No. No, we're not. They're going to get rid of it again. I don't think we're going to get another one before round 15. I think it's going to end before then, and we're not going to... Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Or it might. Slow it down. We got another active skill. The 2 Heart Watcher actives. This might be it. This might be the round. Yeah, we got a big hit. That was actually pretty beefy. That's probably going to change the damage numbers by quite a bit. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. 3.5 billion damage. So, between not getting stunned, because we can't get stunned when we have the you know, the Purify on, it doesn't really ever affect us. And being able to drop those beefy hits right after the Phoenix, that was like almost double damage. Not bad. Seems to be the best way to run it for now. That's how we'll do it. 3.5 bill, I'll take it. I guess we'll go ahead and just smoosh these nerds. I mean, come on. Come on. You're not going to make it. Get out of here. Okay, so that's done. Grab out some of this extra lootage. Artifacts, relics, chaos stones, souls. A lot of gold coming in probably. Yeah, $48 million. Can we upgrade our monster one more time before we go? Sure we can. 3 more levels. Perfection. Alrighty. Looking great. Still 10 levels to go on that. Honestly, that was probably stupid. Nah, it's not a big deal. By the time we need that 3rd rune to level 30, it'll be a non-issue. Alrighty. But what have we done today? Seal land up to, I believe, 18, 17, 18, 18. We've beat 18. That's nice. We've got 19 and 20 to go. Can we get there? I would say hopefully, probably. I think we can pull it off. Might be a little tough, but I think we can do it. We'll do one more run before we go. We'll just do, what the heck? We upgraded treasure trade, right? We gained 400,000 health. I think we're ready. We're not ready. Pop this on 3x, see what happens. And we shrunk the big guy. Oh, no one died. That stings, because I think we're dead. Oh, we had the wrong enables on. Everybody, pause. Listen, we don't need crowd control purify. We could use a dot purify. We could use a resilience purify. Well, let's do a dot purify here just to see if it makes any difference at all. And then we'll go with the unbending will to make sure we don't instantaneously die. And I think we might have a chance. I think there's a mediocre to a small chance that we take down 19 right now. Let's see what happens. Because the little extra damage, like for not critting, doesn't apply to her passive attacks, like her follow-ups. They don't get the extra 30% bonus. We didn't kill anybody there. We'll call it what it is. Not good. Not good at all. Oh my gosh. We killed nobody. Why do you suck? I don't think she crit. I'll be honest, I don't think she dropped a singular crit in that entire fight. We gotta do it one more time. Listen, I know it's already been, oh my god, it's been 1 hour and 6 minutes. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think we can pull it off. I think it's doable. It's fine. Yep. Someone's gonna die. Okay, and that's what we need. We need them to die, because if they die, we heal. If we heal, we're in a good spot. Oh, it's just us v him. Oh my god, bro. Slow your roll. We're dead. We're not dead. We're dead. We're not dead. We're dead. Okay, listen. He just kept scaling up, and we just did not hit the damage. We didn't hit the big damage on the boss, but the fact that we got it down to just the boss. Do it one more time. I'm sorry. I have a problem. I feel the victory upon the cusp of happening, and I must see if it happens. Killed one maybe a little early, but that might be all right. That might be okay. No, we are absolutely boned. Wasn't even close. Listen, we got close enough. I'm happy with where we are. 18 is a good point. We've pushed our campaign from 18.5 to 24.5. That's 6 full chapters, and where are we at? Level 96. We went from 80 to 90. We got 16 levels. We've got another 10 levels to go, which means we'll probably get, we might actually get level locked before chapter 30 then. Maybe with 6 chapters being 15 levels, another 10 chapters will be like, I don't know, another 15 levels? I don't know. We'll be somewhere 28-ish, 29 probably, somewhere in that range. Either way, that's better than what we were. Big progress there. Tower of the Aspen Dungeon. Got ourselves to death mode. That's bigger smashes every 2 days, which is huge. That's more loot we can buy, more scrolls we can stack up on, 5 more levels on our top level. And now we can really begin hoarding the scrolls. I would like to get, between now and next month, at minimum a double completion lined up. I think that shouldn't be too terribly difficult to grab out another, like, 200, 300 scrolls in that time. I think that's realistic. I think it's realistic. A triple completion, we might be getting ambitious. We might be getting pretty ambitious thinking about that. But either way, a huge day. Massive progress. We got ourselves a V4. I could go to the Cloud Island, but the music is so freaking loud there. I ain't messing with it right now. I ain't doing it. Can't be done, won't be done. We can mess with that later, but that is going to be it for the day. Before we go, of course, gotta thank all the members on the channel for helping keep my dreams alive. So starting at the top, we have Shaheen, Trippy, and White Crow. Our great Rathikins, Lotto DeLizzy, Bellendane, and FMK. What? Our Rathikin tier, JMB, Zanelli, Electric Leaf, Lost Emotions, Kai, Churg, Cosmic, Flow, gotta say it that way. If I don't say it that way, I'll forget the next one. Why am I here? I remembered, see? Felix F, Gun Lampoon, and Popa Armando. Thank you guys so much for helping support the channel. Means a lot to me. Allows me to do some fun stuff. I know you're like, listen, I want to see the revival series. It's coming. It's absolutely coming. The relay is going to get bought. We're going to make some insane stuff go down over there really soon. But that is me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button and show your support. And I will see you guys in the next one.